in your creative flow, how to get out of habits that you have. That's what we're going to talk about today. So I think that talking about being inspired, there's this wonderful balance that needs to happen. Yes, there we go. I'm sorry, this quality seems to be really funky today. Um, I think there needs to be a wonderful balance between discipline and inspiration. And one way to get that is to be consistent with, first of all, you can be as inconsistent as you are, right? I really love variety. I need my days to be varied. I need my activities to be varied. I can't have the same routine every day. I would go crazy. That being said, there are certain things that I do very consistently that allow me to have um, allow that creative flow to happen, allow ideas to happen. So, what are the things in your life that you need to do consistently, whether that's meditation, walking, working out? Um, like my days are varied, but they're filled with art, creativity, building my business, time with my family. What I do need more of is time to take care of myself. So, making sure that, like, I know a lot of artists get very frustrated after a year of doing co-writes, for example, and oh my gosh, I've just basically had the same day for a year with different people. I walk into a studio, I meet strangers, we write songs, I leave. It's like Groundhog Day, but with a small group of rotating characters. And even if they're people you love, Groundhog Day can get boring and frustrating. So, how do you keep your inspiration going? I think number one, you have to make sure you're living life, you're having experiences. So, if you've got blinders on, or you're so determined to like work till you burn out, that does not make creativity flow. So, giving yourself the awareness of what do I need to what do I need to create space in my mind and in my spirit so that ideas can generate? Is that meditation? Is that working out? Is that time off your phone? Is that, and especially this, a dedicated amount of time to doing your art? Let's talk songwriting. Let's talk voice. Okay, for X amount of time every day, I'm going to work my voice out and I'm going to work on songwriting. That's just one aspect, right? You need time to work on business. So there are 3 lists I encourage you to create. The first list is when I'm working with someone vocally, and I tips, tricks, and tools. Those tips, tricks, and tools are the vocal tools that I give somebody, that these are the tools that work for you, that help you sing more freely, get more balanced. This is the language I use with you. Maybe one person, for example, peak management. Peak management is something that they need to do. That's about taking away the up and the down in their voice. So if they make things feel more the same, glorious. So they'll have a list of these. So when they're rehearsing, they're like, I can look at that list and you're coaching me. I get that. The second list is called practice roulette. Practice roulette is, what are all the things that I can do and that I need to do when I'm in my creative space? Make this list. This is where the combination of discipline and inspiration come together. You go into your space and you're like, okay, I'm here to create. Now, what am I inspired to create? And you can look at that list. What are the things you need to do or want to do? Work your voice out. Work it out just by doing scales and technical stuff. Work it out by working on songs. Okay, I'm going to make this song feel more connected vocally. Okay, now I want to work on this song for a vocal arrangement. Now I want to work on this song on my feet. And what does it feel like to perform it live? Now I want to work on this song, and I'm going to put my phone and my computer and my iPad over here, and I'm going to videotape myself, and I'm going to watch it later to find the magic in my performance. What am I doing physically? These are all things to work on. You play an instrument, you rehearse your instrument, you rehearse your voice, you rehearse them together. I want to work on a live version of this song. All the ways that you can songwrite. I want to finish a song. I want to start a new song. I want to work on that. I'm going to work on a track first. I'm going to work on lyrics first. I'm going to grab something from BeatStars. Here's a fun one. So this is what I call practice roulette. Have a list of all the possible things that you can and need to do to grow as an artist and as a vocalist, as a songwriter, and then look at it and be like, what do I feel inspired to do today? And then also, what am I feel resisting about? When maybe finishing a song is on there and you're like, oh, God, that song. And so the resistance is showing you I need to step into that. Sometimes that's what it is. Louis Vuitton, I'm so happy to see you. There's a wonderful artist. Go check him out. Phenomenal producer, artist, songwriter. Love. Such a joy. Such a joy when he performs. I'm good at C space. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Maybe type it again, Layla, because I'm not sure what that means. The topic is on inspiration, that it's not magic, that here's how you find it. So we're going to do different areas of inspiration. So make that practice roulette and use it to help you to complete songs, to start something new, to work in a different way. For me, for example, I write lyric and melody generally together. Sometimes I'm writing lyrics first and then melody. I am a horrible piano player. So it's very rare for me to do something like this. Where did the piano go? That's one rare song that I wrote music first and then wrote the song to it. Because I'm not a great musician. I'm a stronger melody, and my strongest instrument is my voice. So I will write lyric and melody, and then I do the arrangement after that. I find my chords and everything after. That being said, if you're a phenomenal musician, do you start with the music first? Or are you someone who, I always start with lyric first? Well, give yourself a different cue sometime. Try something different. Start with music. Start with da-da-da. Here's a really fun one. Serena says you need to unplug and walk every day. Yes, for me, walking just changes everything, my mood, my everything. Also, for me, meditation and gratitude really help open up my mind, my spirit. I started meditating. I have not been on my 2 times a day meditation for a while. So I started up again. Literally the first day back, as soon as I started meditating, ideas were flying. And I was like, oh, just write it down, do it later. Oh, write it down, do it later. Because I'm not going to tell those ideas to go away. Sorry, bad timing. Tell me later. I won't remember later. And of course, I also felt bad. I was like, oh, wow, my meditation's really getting interrupted. And my wife, who has so much compassion, and it's funny, in many ways, I'm more go with the flow. And then in other ways where I'm hard on myself, she's like, no, easy. So I was saying, oh, my meditation is really not doing, I'm so interrupting myself. And she was like, there's no wrong way to meditate. As long as it works, as long as it's doing what it's meant to do for you. And I was like, that's such a good point. And it's literally doing exactly what it should be doing or not should be. It's doing exactly what it's intended to do, which is clear out the noise so that your inner voice can come up. As soon as I sat down and meditate, ideas were coming. I just wrote them down, saved them for later. Songs will come to me. I'm sitting, I'll just voice memo, sing it, say thank you, and then keep meditating. So for me, meditation is golden. It changes my life in dramatic ways. It's wonderful. Let me look at some comments. The hardest part about writing a song is starting it. The fear is the problem. Ooh. So literally just start. Literally. And I you're not alone. I know so many songwriters who have hit songs who will often just feel, I'll never write one as good as that, But again, it's that consistency. If you consistently sit down to write, who cares if on a Tuesday that song doesn't even get finished or you don't ever release it? It was just an exercise, or it was just, these were my emotions that needed to come out, or this was just an idea that had to come out of me. It was just a big journal writing. You did the work, you did the discipline, you listened to the muses, you honored yourself. And then on the Wednesday, you start something and you're like, wow, there's magic there. I want to keep that one. So just sit down to write. Now, give me a minute. We're going to talk about how to find inspiration for the writing, okay? I'm going to answer some questions here, and I want to show you another idea I was having. We all do it the same way, but a little bit different. There's no right way, just your way. Yes. And we're all interfacing. That's exactly right. Your voice memo catalog is extensive. Dakota guy, I love that. Yes, I have voice memos. And again, because some of those are not meant to be songs, they just were what you needed to let out. Some of those are, but it's also just you being honoring your gift, honoring your talent, honoring your muses. Okay, you were mentioning you have one song that got 2 million streams, and now I feel stuck because I don't know how to do that campaign again. That's amazing. Here's what I'll say to that. 2 things. 1, do what you did that created that song the first time. Just sit down and write. Did you write about something that mattered to you? Did you tap into an emotion that needed to be said? Did you write about a topic that had meaning? Like just do the same thing again. Don't try to write another hit. Definitely don't try to write a hit. Please don't. Because normally the hits aren't written to be hits. They're written with truth. They're written with purpose and meaning. They're written with, this is the message that I need. This is the thing I need to say. This is what my soul wants to say. So just sit down and take the same steps again. That's 1. 2, watch Elizabeth Gilbert's TED Talks. She has 2. On this subject specifically, it's about genius. I believe, I know it was, I don't know if it still is, but it was the most watched TED Talk on TED for a very long time. It's about being a genius. Like, no, sorry, there's 2. Genius, the one on genius. Amazing, amazing, amazing. It is very much about the spirit of artistry. And it isn't about you having to be a good songwriter or you being amazing. It is about you being a vessel and a channel and honoring your spirit and being of service. That's 1. The second is on writing. And this is from a person who had a hugely successful book that turned into a movie. And what do you do after that? How do you follow that up? So I recommend watching both of those TED Talks. They really are incredible. One night I had 4 complete compositions in my head before I went to sleep. And there's no way for me to record all the ideas. Missing opportunity, but very thankful the blessing. Yes. So that's what a voice memo is for. That's what the muses, we do need to honor them. So maybe you couldn't write it all. Could you take some type of shorthand note? Could you make a voice memo? Could you do something to help yourself complete it later? I think that's also very important. I've heard a few things said. There's a poet who said that when her poems come, it's like she has to, they're chasing her, or she's chasing them. I'm sorry, I'm not going to remember her imagery, but it's very beautiful. Yes, that they're coming. They come from like far and they're going over the land and over the hills. And she has to like run to her desk to write them down and catch them as they come. And if she doesn't, they pass her by and another person will catch it. And I think we see that. We see that when you hear a song and you're like, I had a song idea like that and I didn't put it out or I didn't finish it. And sometimes you look at that moment and you go, oh, wow, they did an amazing thing with that idea. I never would have done that. Or you're like, no, my angle was cool. I would have preferred my angle. But these ideas are in the ethers, you know? Dakota's process seems to go like this: inspiration, voice memo, leave it for a while, go back and do the work later with fresh ears. Yes, that's brilliant, because procrastination, a little bit of pause is really essential for the creative process, because your unconscious marinates and like all these ideas are happening in the unconscious. And then when you go back to it, they will come forward. If you rush the idea, if you're like, oh, I have the idea, and you just rush through it and you're done, you don't leave room for that magic of marination of the subconscious to happen. If you're procrastinating too long, that's a trauma response. Jump in and just get back to it. But creativity requires a little bit of space and time. Yes, these videos are on my YouTube channel in long form, and little short golden nuggets show up in social media here later. But if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see all my live talks are there. You're not hijacking Beethoven. You're not hijacking. This is what I want. I want conversation. I want I love a dialogue. This is great. What I did want to say about inspiration. So sometimes it's changing it up, especially like this is something that I do with the people I work with is I'm really good at seeing patterns and habits. So, helping a songwriter, for example, notice or informing them, hey, you have this habit of doing this. So if you know, oh, this is my easy go-to, this is my quick fix. Some things work, so you keep them. You'll see producers have formulas, they work, they don't change them. There's some things that work, keep doing them. Other things are like, oh, I do this in all my songs. What could I do differently this time in order to not just have the same habit? So one artist, for example, sent me a song, so good, really good song. And I let them know, I said, hey, are you aware that you have the habit of going down melodically on all your songs? So, and this is very common for a lot of singers and songwriters. So you're like, da 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 da. So everything just falls off and goes down. When you do this a lot, number one is we're really losing the melody that's actually in there. And two, if you do this on all your songs sound alike. So 2 weeks later, this artist, Anna Krantz, Anna Krantz came back, and I hope you're okay. Cool, Anna, that I just said your name. Woo. Anna Krantz came back and said, I just had the hardest songwriting session I've ever had with myself. I didn't let myself do that thing. And then she sent me the song, and I'm like, this is my favorite song you've ever written. And it was like, because she didn't let herself do that thing, and consequently, she kept writing the next songs, not letting herself do the habit. And when you lose your habit, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I could do that. I could try that. I could try that. I could try that. So start to become aware of what your habits are, what your like easy go-to is. Do you riff easily? Do you just, oh, I just throw a riff in all the time? Don't let yourself riff for a minute. See what else comes up. What other choices do you make? Do you never riff? Throw some riffs in there. Do you always play the same chords? Do you always play in the same way? Do you write in the same way? If you're writing really beautiful songs that you love and people responding to them, it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if you also are like, I just need to get a new inspiration, here's one way to do it. Let's see if I can do this while I'm doing the live. We'll find out if the music works. So I like to go, for example, here's a really fun way. Now, if you are a fantastic musician, grab an instrument or start differently. Start with a different instrument. Start with something you don't normally start with. But if you're a phenomenal musician, use your live music, give yourself something to. Now, but also what can be really fun. Sorry, 1 second. I have to do all the reject everything, please. Okay. Okay, great. Now, one thing I think is really cool. Oh, wait, I have to sign into this now? It's going to take me a second. Hold on. No, I don't. Okay. Give me, what I'm doing is I'm pulling up a track on BeatStars. See if we can hear it. I'm just playing a track on BeatStars. And what you how do I pause it? Now, when you do this, for example, let's say you're writing a song and you're like, I feel stuck in it, or I want to do something and I don't know where I want to go with this. I think it's really fun. Or you're trying to take a cover and like make it different. Just get yourself again out of your norm, get yourself out of your own propensities, out of your own habits. Grab a track on BeatStars that is very different from the style of the song you're singing. And then see what it does to your arrangement. Let's say, for example, I'm literally gonna I'm improving here. Time after time, right? Here's a cover. Uh or yeah, time or True Colors. Great song. Let's see. Time after time lyrics. I'm literally like winging this, improv in this. I didn't rehearse anything. I didn't find a track ahead of time. Nothing like that. Okay, so I'm just looking at lyrics. What? They're just sending me all these weird like okay, here we go. So the song goes, the original. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. Caught up in circles, confusion is nothing. This is the original groove, right? Now, what happens if I take a totally different kind of track and say, what does it feel like if I sing this song really how do I make this song super differently? So I'm going to try this BeatStars track and sing time after time on it. See what happens. I'm living dangerously here, folks. I'm just making it up as I go. I hear the clock ticking, caught up in circles. Suitcase of memories, time after. Sometimes you picture me, I'm walking into politics. You're coming back. You say go slow and I'll be there. Second hand, second hand, your love, you time after time. You thought I would catch you, I'll be waiting time after time. I'm literally just playing it to the beat, right? I want the chorus to um, you can look and you will find me. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, oh, I will catch you waiting. Time after time. I'm just messing around. Right? Some of it will be awful. Some of it could be cool. But doing just grabbing this song. This song is heavily looped, right? So I might want something that gives me like, oh, I want something with a really different section to make that chorus happen. But that, oh, the live audio starts cutting out when I start singing. Yeah, it's sorry. Um, it's I said I wasn't sure if it was going to work in the live video because I'm on my computer, so I probably have to play it elsewhere, and I'm on my phone for TikTok. So I would need a third thing to make this sound happen. It's good. It's good to know that so that next time I want to do this, I'll have another way to play the music. So it'll be off the computer. How do I sing perfectly in the key of the song? I'm just hearing the song and putting the I really changed the melody to all of time after time just now. If I wanted to keep more of the original, I'd have to like give myself a little more time to rehearse. But I totally changed the melody in order to sit in that key. Now I could also find a track and I could literally find a key I want, find a vibe I want. I'm just being random right now. Rob in the house, it's so good to see you. Well, that track, I'll play the track without singing. Yeah, that track is so different from the original. So if you're wanting to take a song and twist it, you want to take your own song and just I just keep hearing it the same way and I can't get out of it. Give yourself, Steve Rondo, so good to see you here. Give yourself something different. Give yourself something different as a musician. Put a you're not hearing the track. Okay. So it's super like hip hop. If you're on my TikTok, you can hear it. Um, it's a very like Jay-Z kind of vibe. And it's making me sing the song, or it's allowing me and hinting me and encouraging me to sing the song very differently. Now, I could find something else. On BeatStars, you literally just type in an artist, right? So you could say, I want something like, I'll play something else. I'm such a terrible piano player, but I'm gonna, again, I'm gonna be really dangerous and show all my stuff. Okay, here, let's see what this is. It's gonna cut out on y'all, but you'll still hear me sing very differently. Let's see what this sounds like. Come on, let me play. This is a Dua Lipa kind of beat. Listen to live. For me to do time after time. If you're lost, you can look. If you're lost, oh, you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. You fall, I'll catch you. I'll be waiting. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray. It just literally makes me sing differently than the original. So, for example, I was learning how to play guitar, and I found everything that I was writing was super folksy, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't the instrument for me this lifetime. A piano, I write more in the vein of what I like to write. That's more pop or Americana, a little gospely. But the guitar was just making what I created because I wasn't a good player. And the way I was playing it, it made everything kind of veer in this direction. I'm like, okay, so this instrument isn't getting me what I want as a writer. I write really well if someone else plays the guitar beautifully. Um, so this is another way to go. Try different grooves, try different beats. Something, again, I am a horrible, horrible piano player. I will not lie. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, new. Now, when I say I'm a horrible piano player, I am not exaggerating. I cannot play groove. I think I've just never spent time on learning how to play the piano very well, and I've spent so many years playing chords that all right, give me one more second because I'm in Europe. As soon as I open up a website, I have to like 20 choices to reject all these marketing so I don't get all these marketing emails. Okay. Oh, shoot. See? Just tricked me into accepting it. I hit the wrong button. Okay. So back to inspiration. We're going to talk about this. How I rehearse my songs on different beats till they stick. It helps me create a flow that I can easily adapt to any beat. Oh, that's cool. I love that. Isn't groove simply rhythm? Yes, and I don't know how to play rhythm well or in my left hand yet. I've gotten it a few times, but I just honestly I needed to put the time into practicing to make it all happen. I play scales so much, I don't do that. Layla in the house, how are you? Okay, now for example though, you want to play a cover song, you want to do something different. Play it differently. Find a different groove. So I really love this new rule song. Again, I have not rehearsed this. I've played it a few times ever. And I was getting a groove going. But for example, if you're just inspired, you're like, okay, give yourself a different way of singing something. I'm gonna try to remember how I did this. Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy, out of my mind, out of my mind. I wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me too many times, but my love, he makes me feel like nobody else. Oh, my love doesn't love me, so I tell myself. Don't pick up the phone, he's only calling 'cause he's drunk and alone. Don't you let him in, you have to kick him out again. And 3, don't be his friend, you know you're gonna wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. I got new rules and I count 'em. I got rules and I count 'em. I got rules and I count 'em. This is just taking this song. Partly it's happening because I'm a horrible piano player, but partly I wanted to slow it down. And what does it feel like if I play with this melody? And I love this song. I think it's wonderful. And I just started playing. If I listen to my voice memo, I know that I recorded it when I was like, oh, I found something I like, and I recorded it so I could go back to it later and like work it out. What does this feel like if in this pocket, in this tempo? I got rules and I count 'em. Oh, I got rules and I count 'em. I got rules. And you might say, oh, well, actually, I like the original better. Well, yeah, sure, why not? But this is just always of getting yourself out of habit, out of like just looking at something differently, and getting yourself out of your own mind, out of your own way, getting yourself into new territory brings a lot of inspiration. You could even like stretch the song like this, mess it up completely, and then go back to the original, and it's going to feel different. You're going to find new things from having changed it around. And so change is really, really, really valuable. Change of direction. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that. I don't have to know how to play the piano when I have that voice. Oh, that's very kind of you. It does get frustrating for me though. That I love like when I see a piano, like just walking down the street, there's a piano. I'm like, I wish I could sit and play that. But I was very, very blessed that the first people I learned when I was learning and like young in my career, the first people I started performing with were incredible musicians. And Bill Schneider, when I was 15 and playing 3 nights a week. Well, I was singing out 5 nights a week in LA. 3 of them, I was doing a jazz trio, and he was the pianist, my pianist and accompanist and MD. And I can still hear piano parts that he played in songs that we performed. Like I can hear his fills. He's so good. He set the standard. John Dollop in New York. Like I just like, those are pianists. But again, I'm not aspiring to be a great pianist, but at some point I'm going to spend more time so I can accompany myself. But yes, my primary instrument is my voice. My primary instrument is in writing and melodies. And I have been told that my chord choices and music arrangements are interesting. And my musicians would say, "Oh my gosh, I never would have made these choices for this song. They're really cool, Wendy." And I was actually quite self-conscious about them, just not knowing, like, I don't feel like a trained musician. And the reason is because I'm not trained, and because I'm always finding the chords that I want under my melodies that feel good. So I'm making artistic choices based on my melody and the emotional impact I want and the sound that I'm hearing with honestly, I think not a lot of skill. So of course, more skill would help me. Skill doesn't need to get in your way. Skill should serve your artistry. Oh, that's fun. Learn all the instruments you want. That's you accept your mortality and purpose. I love that. So let's go back to. Oh, thank you, Mariami. Thank you. That's so kind. Okay, let's go back to inspiration. So inspiration for artists and vocal and performing. Use your time in your space. Be disciplined about showing up to your creative space to write, to rehearse, to perform, to get on your feet, to do a lot of versions of the same thing to find the one you love. Try it in lots of different ways. Give yourself time. That's a rehearsal process. everything is also not about output. So go find the things that help you recharge. Walks in nature, museums. Go see art outside of your discipline to be inspired. Live life. Take a vacation. Oh my gosh, y'all, a vacation. Turn your brain off from your own life, your own drive, your own everything. Take a real vacation. Let your whole self and system shut down, and be inspired by the world. Go somewhere new. Go new doesn't have to be far, but do something that is very different. Inspiration can also come from, like I said, other arts. So if it's reading, reading is great for the lyricist. Reading is great for the imagination. I love films. Go watch films and be inspired, and then see what do I want to pull from that film into either my writing or my visual. Go look at your heroes. Pull from, what are they doing that I love? What can I learn from them? Let be inspired. Go to a music festival. Go to a concert. Holy moly, will you get inspired? Get inspired by seeing people who are doing it at really high levels. And you want to be inspired? Go perform live. Go to a karaoke bar, go to a piano bar, get yourself regular gigs, perform, because you are going to be motivated to connect with your audience. You're going to learn a lot to connect with your audience. You're going to find what works for you. You're going to find how you connect. Perform. Now, writing topics. You have lived so much life by the age of 5. The world around you is on fire right now. What do you want to say about it? How are you feeling about it? Go inside. What is your spirit wanting to say? It used to be when I was young and I'd sit down to write. And this is when I was writing at like 2 a.m. because I'd work all day, and then my time to write was 11 to 2. Before I was writing during the day and it was more my job, right? But I would sit down to write and I'd say, oh my gosh, this is what I've been feeling for the last week. I didn't know. And it was the song that informed me of what's been bothering me or upsetting me, or what was just like, needing to be said. So give yourself the chance to listen inward to what you need to say. Tired of writing all about yourself and your breakup? Look at the world around you. Write a song from your friend's perspective and their relationship. Write a song from what your partner or your ex-partner's perspective. What do you think their perspective was? Get yourself out of this point of view. And when you write about anything, you're in it. So your personality, your soul, your point of view is going to be in what you're writing. So what do you want to write about? Oopsie. So looking at the world around you, what do you want to what do you see and what do you want to say? What does your community need to hear? What do you want to share with them? How do you want to connect with them? So lyric writing, there's a really successful artist right now who on the one hand, they're really successful. So what I have to say is irrelevant. They're really successful. On the other hand, I don't understand how like they were allowed to basically write the same song for an entire album, because I've heard the artist's songs and every single song is saying the exact same thing. Normally, you write 6, 7 songs, 5 songs about this exact same thing to pick the best one. So do that. Write that song so many times until you're like, that's how it needed to be said, and that's the best way to say it. Wonderful. Beethoven, go write that song today. If you're tired of writing the same song, ask yourself what else matters to you. And again, try something else. Try a writing exercise of take a song that's already out there, take a hit song, a song you love, and write it from like another person's perspective. For example, let's say There's a breakup song. Pick any breakup song. Pick a Sabrina Carpenter song. Pick a breakup song and write it from the other person's point of view. So if the song was by Sabrina Carpenter and she's saying, "Oh, you were just you couldn't commit." I'm just making this up, but like you couldn't commit, you just wanted to have fun. Well, what would you imagine that person would that let's say it's a guy. What was his point of view? Well, his point of view is actually here's why I couldn't commit, or here's how I felt about you. Write it from the other person's perspective. Do that within your own relationship. Do it when you write it, even if it's in your imagination. Okay, well, what do I think when I hear this song from Sabrina Carpenter? How do I think her ex would respond? It's going to be your life experiences in there, even if you're, I'm going to say making stuff up for it. It's still you. Every bit of you is in everything you write. So that's another fun exercise for songwriting is flip the perspective, write from the other's perspective. Open up the paper, turn on the news. Look at what's happening in the world. How does it make you feel? What do you want to say about it? It doesn't have to be political. You don't have to write a political song. It could be an emotional song about, let's just say, I feel disheartened. I feel very disheartened right now with what's happening in the world. That could inspire a song. So it's not me being, I'm not a political activist artist. That may not be your vein, but the world around you, and art is political, and the world around you is still affecting you. How's it affecting you? Write that song. I could write about being disheartened right now. I could write about feeling enraged right now. I could write about children who are being starved right now. And art allows you to write about whatever subject you want in whatever way you want. So how could that come out? Could that come out in, again, perspective? Like if everybody listening right now, if you just said right now, I'm going to write a song about that pain, about that experience, we would all have completely different points of view about what we say and how we say it. And so it could be said in any way you want. That same idea could be said in, I dream of sweet summer days and long summer nights. That could be a chorus. Wow. I just got tears in my eyes. Me thinking about what's happening in Palestine right now just inspired an idea of, I dream of sweet summer days and long summer nights. Because that would be my wish for everybody on this planet. That would be my wish for people there right now. That's what they experience instead of what they're experiencing. So the perspective and what you write and how you write is yours to do how you want. There's inspiration everywhere. Who in your life and in your world needs their story to be told? You can be the storyteller. Who in your family, who amongst your friends has a story that they need told? Not you giving it away, not you saying, right? But emotionally, can you tell that story? Can you say the story? Tell the story you need to say. So inspiration is everywhere. It's being willing to be disciplined to do the work, creative enough to take chances, to do many drafts, to experiment, to be bold and listen to that inner vision and say, I have this crazy idea, and then go for it. I have this idea. Go for it. That's how we get your voice. And then walk away from it, come back to it, listen with fresh ears. Walk away from it, find your relaxation, your break, meditation, nature, animals, And then I would 100% encourage you to spend a little bit of your time every week doing something that has nothing to do with you and your career, but it has to do with supporting someone else, doing something like a pottery class, volunteering. Get out of me, my life, my world, my career. Get out of just focusing on yourself and go be of service in another way. That is also rejuvenating. That is also like that again, it's like it's funny to say, but it's a break, a vacation away from yourself, which helps you come back to yourself renewed and you're being of service in the world. Spend some time every week not focused on your career, because an artist today, you have to do everything and all the things and all the time. It's overload. You got to get out. Yes, your pen is your outlet. That's beautiful. And someone asked about social media, inspiration for social media. What I look at is a few things. The first is that social media is another way to share your message in a different type of form and platform. How can I use and pick your platform? Like, which way is your best way? Is writing, you want to do a blog, me talking live, me on camera. This is a way I communicate really well. It's just to connect and share and verbalize. Like, this is, for me, is a strong way to connect. So thinking about your message, how else can I share this message through the art of a platform? What are things I do all the time that I could bring people into my world and let them experience me as a person? Me, like, you'll notice my social media, I have been taking you all on little journeys with me around Paris, little walks, and sharing experiences I'm having, and people are loving it. And that's me just sharing my life with you, right? I'm just letting you into my world. Not everything isn't coaching. A lot of my work is coaching. And I recognize that, telling stories about my experiences in life as an artist and as a coach and traveling around the world and training voice teachers, my stories need to be shared. So I need to spend more time doing that, because it's part of me as a human being. It's part of the inspiration. And then just being a human. So looking at your life and saying, well, what do I do all the time that I could let people into, and it wouldn't be intrusive. It's not going to like make me feel like I'm on all the time. I'm not turning my life into a TV show. But since it's something you do all the time, you're just going to let people in on it, as opposed to creating something that just makes you think, oh my gosh, I have to keep doing this. I don't want to keep doing this, right? Lucas Hall, it's good to see you. So these were many, many ideas of how to be inspired, how to stay inspired, how to find inspiration, and how to take care of your soul, your spirit, and your time, so that inspiration, you can catch it when it comes. Thank you for joining me. I really loved all the comments and the back and forth, the dialogue. This is what I really love. I'm talking to myself here, so it's great to talk with you. Oh, merci beaucoup. Thanks, Taro. It's okay. That's my cue. I'll be back next Wednesday with me and Nikolai, one of the artists that I coach and who's in my Compass program. We're going to be talking about artistry. Join us next Wednesday, 1:00 LA time. My YouTube channel has all my lives long form. You can watch them. And social media has little bits of golden nuggets for you. And Compass. There's one more day. I think there's one more day of scholarship open for Compass application. So go check that out. We have a Compass cycle coming up in November. So if diving into your inner world and your brand and your voice and how to connect everything with cohesiveness, so that, again, about inspiration. Compass is really about going inward to find who you are, so that constant sources of inspiration are open to you, because the clarity of knowing yourself is there. And so your ideas are going to be consistent and congruent to the whole brand and the whole world that you are building. And I help you build that world, help you see it. Awesome. Thanks for the dialogue, y'all. And thanks for joining me. I will see you next week. next week, join me with Mia Nikolai. DM me, reach out to me, join my mailing list so you can get my blogs and information on the scholarships and everything we're doing. There you go. I'll see you all again. Thank you. Cheers. How do I end this live stream?